Good afternoon, friends. Welcome back to the channel. Hitch, Yeti here, and today I'm in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and more specifically, I'm in Old Salem. It is like an old historic district here in Winston, and I'm going to start my little tour today of the greater Winston, High Point, Thomasville area, and we're going to check out some roadside attractions that are local to these very communities. And the first one is located right across the street here in Old Salem. I have me a little Krispy Kreme donut coffee, and this kind of ties into my first thing I want to show you. So let's take a little walk across the street and feast our eyes on the site of the first Krispy Kreme donut. So I am standing here at the corner of Main Street and Academy Street. And if you look right across the road here, this plot of land is the original site where the first Krispy Kreme donut factory was born. And they actually have a little placard here on the ground that commemorates the original site. There you go, Krispy Kreme Donut Shop, founded by Vernon Rudolph, July 13th, 1937, 534 South Main Street, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Dedicated July 2012. So that is pretty cool. So right here on this plot of land, this property, is where the shop used to sit here in Winston. That is so cool. So we got some cloudy skies today, but I think it's going to be okay. Supposedly no rain. So we're going to do the best we can. I have quite a few stops planned for us today. All the places we're going to go venture to today, I've never been to before. This here is the only spot, the Krispy Kreme donut location, the first one. This is the only spot that I've been to before, and I will actually put a link in the description down below where you can go check out my Krispy Kreme donut video that I filmed maybe about 10 months ago. And I went over a little bit of the history about Vernon Rudolph and, you know, the beginnings, why they built it here in Winston-Salem, why he wanted to start his empire here in Winston-Salem with the donut shop. It was a quite interesting video, very short, but I hope you enjoy it. After you watch this one, go watch that one, check it out. I think it's pretty cool. That being said, I'm ready to move on. All right, friends, I have made it to our next roadside attraction destination here in High Point, North Carolina. And this right here is quite the treat because this is the world's largest chest of drawers. Look at that thing. Is that not insane? And the socks hanging out the drawer? That is awesome. I just think those socks right there are so cool. What a nice touch. So it was a bureau all the way up into the 90s, and then it got so deteriorated they ended up having to redo this thing, and now it's just a chest of drawers. They actually took the mirror off. So I guess with the mirror and everything, from what I found online just now, it was 32 feet tall. Right now I guess it's almost 2 stories tall, so it would have been 32 feet. You know, that's almost 3 stories tall, so that's pretty wild. And it's not wood or anything. It's almost like some kind of stucco or something other that they just shaped and then they painted. But back in the 90s, they actually had it painted gray at one time. So all the brown you see, the wood coloring, it was a gray color. And the socks were more of like a neon color, like orange or yellow or something like that, I believe. I'll try to find some pictures to insert into the video where you can see what I'm talking about. And the area did not like it. They did not like the gray color. It really upset a lot of people. And so they ended up repainting it to this color, what you see now. So I think everybody's happy again. I do. I think everybody's happy again. They're happy they got their chest of drawers back, and it looks pretty cool. And it is like a storefront. I noticed when I come over here on the side, there's actually a building back here. So I don't really know what that used to be, but I think this is just so awesome. I mean, you can see this thing good. I come from this direction and it was like I know exactly where I'm going because you've seen this massive chest of drawers. So cool. Well, we're in High Point. There's some more roadside attractions we're going to go check out. So let's get checking them. Okay, friends, we have made it to our next destination here in High Point. We're in the downtown area, and to show you a little bit more specifically, we're at the corner of Carmer Street and Elm Street. And there is a building here. I think it was a sofa furniture building. It was an Italian company. They built their home office to look like a half a ship. And that is what we're looking at. You can definitely see how it's like the wall is very straight along with the street. That would be Elm Street, South Elm Street to be exact. And then this side does look very reminiscent to a ship or a boat of some sort. And it says it has a moat to boot to kind of complete the look. As you see, we have us a little walkway here, a bridge. And this must be the moat that I read about. And sure enough, that is pretty cool. And down here's the moat. There's the waterway. What an interesting idea for a sofa manufacturing company. There you go. I had to come see this. This is just one of those things that I was in the area, and I don't think I've ever seen a building quite like that one. So that will do it. I just wanted to check this out. We have some more places to go and some neat stuff to see. Little bizarre. Like days like this. Getting a little chilly though. But this is kind of cool because this is the first time I've ever been to High Point, and I never realized it's kind of a hustling, bustling place. I mean, it's, you know, it's built up. I almost felt like I was in Winston there for a minute. All right, friends, we have made it to our next destination, which is just a little piece to the northeast from High Point. It's a little town called Jamestown. That's kind of funny. But they have the world's largest Highboy here. Another piece of furniture, because the Piedmont of North Carolina, especially back in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, you know, and even up to today a little bit, furniture manufacturing was something they was very proud of, and they made a lot of furniture here. So that's why you see all these oversized furniture pieces that we're looking at today. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and I'm gonna let you see the world's largest Highboy. Ready? Let's go. And that is what it looks like. It was built in 1998, and it stands 85 feet tall, and it is 40 feet wide. And it is constructed out of stucco over a steel frame. So that is quite impressive. And this is actually a storefront here for a furniture store. As you see, they have like a showroom down here to the right. Nice little catwalk area. It takes you over to the main store, I guess. So it's called Sleepland Furnitureland South. And they have a Starbucks, which I would actually go inside and get some Starbucks because it is quite chilly. That wind is a little bit chilly today. But so now I have at least one more thing to look at today. If I find something between here and there, I will definitely stop and let you see it. So let's go knock one more down and call this a day, shall we? All right, friends, we made it to our next destination, which is Thomasville, North Carolina, and this town is known as Chair City. That's right, the furniture theme will continue. As we see right here on the trash can, they love their chairs. Chair City. And I'm going to show you why this is Chair City right here shortly. There is all kinds of cool artwork in this town. Check this out right here. Welcome to T-ville, like Thomasville. That is so cool. And then right here, where my wife is taking a photo, check out that tree there. That is pretty awesome also. And it has different chairs all spread out through the tree limbs. That is pretty cool. And I like this one. because this is like kind of the chair we see across the street. It's like floating away with a balloon. And then when we look right here, you can see it on the side of this building, suspended right there between those windows. A balloon carrying a tree. I mean, carrying the chair away. And right here across from me on Salem Street here is a mural with some tulips. And what we're here to see is what's in that painting. World's largest chair, right here. And it should be right out here to our right. And sure enough, there it is. So here we are. This is the world's largest Duncan Fife chair. It's pretty awesome. It was originally built of wood in 1922. And then in 1951, it was reconstructed with concrete and steel and rebuilt. That's pretty cool. And here's another little fun fact that I'm reading about this thing. It says future President Lyndon Johnson sat in this chair when he campaigned for vice president in 1960. So that's a pretty cool statement right there. That's pretty awesome, just thinking that the future president actually sat when he was campaigning for vice president at that time, right here in Thomasville. There's other people out here getting their pictures made, so this is kind of a hot spot for tourists, as myself. So it's 30 feet tall, so just to give you an idea, you know, I'm about 6 foot or 5'11" and a half. You can kind of see just how tall this world's largest Duncan Fife chair actually is. Pretty phenomenal, pretty awesome. Everything, all the furniture in this area, just crazy big. This is nuts. All right, so I made my way back across the street from where the chair was. And check out this store they have here. It's like a toy store. They have this cool looking dragon. And right here is Hogwarts from Harry Potter. That is pretty neat. And then they got a really cool train set over here. This store is actually closed. But man, I love stuff like this when I find it. This looks like such a cool place. And they got candy in there and some Ninja Turtles. Yeah, right there's Leonardo, Michelangelo. That is pretty awesome. Well, I guess that will pretty much do it for me today, friends. I had a great day out. I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. Got to see some really cool roadside attractions here in the Piedmont area of North Carolina, and got to see some really large, oversized furniture. So yeah, that will pretty much do it. I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. I enjoyed making it. Until next time, I am your friend, the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I will see you in our next adventure. You guys, please stay safe out there, and I will see you soon. Real soon.